Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Nadon Sirivardhana. Let's have a look at the headlines. Sri Lanka's exports surged to $1.38 billion in February. Ceylon Chamber of Commerce marks 186 years of service. News in detail. Sri Lanka's export earnings surged in February 2025, reaching over 1,380 million US dollars, marking a 4.62% year-on-year growth. This also represents a 2.58% month-on-month increase compared to January. Merchandise exports recorded a slight decline of 0.27%, totaling $1,056.39 million, while services exports soared by 24.37%, estimated at $326.14 million. Apparel and textiles rose by 1.42% to $427.28 million US dollars, while coconut-based products grew by a remarkable 20.93%, with coconut oil and milk powder seeing significant gains. Spices and essential oils saw a sharp 64.98% increase, driven by exports of pepper and cloves, and boat building achieved exceptional growth by up to $3.68 million. ICT services grew by 32.14%, reaching $141.89 million, and tea exports dropped by 6.52% due to reduced bulk tea shipments. Seafood exports plummeted by 34.24%, heavily impacted by declines in fresh fish and shrimp. Rubber products and electrical components also experienced significant drops. Sri Lanka's total exports for the first 2 months of the year totaled $2,730.33 million, a 6.65% increase from last year. Key growth drivers included apparel, coconut products, spices and ICT exports, and notable declines were observed in seafood and rubber products. As the premier export destination, United States showed mixed results with a 3.63% year-on-year decline in February, but a 6.52% rise in the cumulative period. And India was the strongest performer, with exports growing 46.69%. China showed growth of 15.74% year-on-year in February and 17.52% cumulative growth, while the United Kingdom showed a slight cumulative increase of 1.22% despite a February drop of 12.3% year-on-year. The Sri Lanka Export Development Board hosted the 25th Exporters Forum at its headquarters, providing exporters a platform to discuss challenges and propose solutions recently. With 110 issues submitted, 79 came directly from companies, while 31 were presented through trade chambers and industry associations such as the Exporters Association of Sri Lanka and the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. Of these, 37 priority issues under 17 key topics were discussed during the forum, while others are being addressed through the Export Facilitation Task Force. Addressing the forum, Minister of Industries and Enterprise Development Sunil Handunetti reaffirmed the government's dedication to bolstering Sri Lanka's export sector as a pillar of the production economy. The minister emphasized the need for a public-private collaboration to enhance export competitiveness and achieve sustainable global growth. The new Commissioner General of Labour, Nadika Wataliyadda, officially assumed duties at the Labour Department's office in Colombo recently. Wataliyadda is the second woman in history to hold this prestigious position in the Labour Department. Wataliyadda holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Labour Studies from the University of Colombo, a Master of Arts in Women's Studies from Flinders University, Australia, and an MBA from the University of South Wales, Australia. Her career in public service began in 2001 as a Civil Service Commissioner, later joining the Sri Lanka Administrative Service in 2003. Wadliyadda has served in various key roles, including as Commissioner General of the Department of Immigration and Immigration, Director General of the National Institute of Labour Studies, and Director General of the Sri Lanka Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management. The inauguration ceremony was attended by Minister Mahinda Jayasinghe, other dignitaries, and senior officials from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Labour Department. Stay tuned, we will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Sri Lanka's business chamber, the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, celebrates 186 years of service today. Chairman of the chamber, Duminda Hulangamuwa, expressed commitment to prioritising Sri Lanka through policy advocacy, trade facilitation, and fostering market access in a statement released to the media recently. Chairman Hulangamuwa reaffirmed the chamber's dedication to advancing business interests while driving national growth and prosperity. Over the past year, the Chamber has played a pivotal role in supporting post-crisis economic recovery, attracting investments, and enhancing trade opportunities. High-level business delegations, forums and partnerships with global trade bodies have expanded avenues for Sri Lankan enterprises, strengthening economic ties worldwide. As the Chamber looks to the future, it remains focused on fostering sustainable business practices, bolstering economic resilience, and ensuring that Sri Lanka thrives in the global marketplace. The Ceylon Chamber of Commerce expresses heartfelt gratitude to its members, stakeholders, and partners for their trust and collaboration over nearly 2 centuries of excellence. The Securities and Exchange Commission and Colombo Stock Exchange, in partnership with the Sri Lanka USA Business Council, hosted a forum in Colombo recently. The event brought together nearly 80 industry leaders and entrepreneurs focusing on opportunities within Sri Lanka's capital market, the listing process, and its benefits. Delivering the opening remarks, Charitra Hettiarachchi, President of SLUSABC, emphasized the potential to enhance Sri Lanka-USA trade ties, attract foreign investments, and foster a resilient business environment through diverse capital solutions. In his keynote address, Senior Professor DBPH Lisa Bandara, Chairman of the SEC, highlighted Sri Lanka's over-reliance on debt, now at 113% of GDP, stressing the need for more liquidity and public listings to channel investments into viable projects. The forum featured key discussions, including a presentation on capital market dynamics by Ashwant Vijayaram, Senior Vice President at Capital Alliance Partners, and a panel discussion on listing benefits and challenges moderated by Nistar Kazim, the editor of the Daily Financial Times. The Committee on Public Finance raised concerns about Sri Lanka's tax base, highlighting that only 800,000 individuals out of the estimated 8 million workforce fall under the tax net. Officials from the Ministry of Finance explained that this is due to a majority not meeting the tax threshold during a meeting chaired by Dr. Harsha De Silva recently. The committee focused on amendments to the Inland Revenue Act No. 24 of 2017, including a proposal to increase personal income tax relief from 1.2 million rupees to 1.8 million rupees per annum. Other key proposals include raising the income tax rate for betting, gaming, tobacco and liquor industries from 40% to 45%, imposing a 15% tax on service exports, increasing the withhold tax on interest from 5% to 10%. The committee also questioned the non-implementation of the taxpayer identification number system, stressing its importance for tax compliance and services. Officials were instructed to report on its progress. Additionally, dissatisfaction was expressed over the lack of a casino regulator and the failure to provide accurate revenue data from casino operations over the past 5 years. The issue of requiring a 25% cash deposit for tax appeals was also debated, with Deputy Minister Dr. Harshana Surya Peruma explaining that it aims to deter misuse of the appeal system. Attendees included Deputy Minister Dr. Harshana Surya Peruma and members of Parliament Ravi Karunanayaka, Vijay Siribas Nayaka and Nimal Palihena. Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The all share price index dropped by 4.38 points to close at 15,908.23, and the S&P SL20 dropped by 1.25 points to close at 4,757.81. The turnover was over 2.8 billion rupees and over 78 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.